Hey guys, how's everyone doing? This is Hola Pablo. Thanks for tuning in. Let's do a video on Zcash. Little update on Zcash. Zcash has been pretty impressive, I must say, in light of the recent action that we've had with Bitcoin and others. In particular, doing some pullback action that we've seen. Zcash hasn't want hasn't wanted to go down. Zcash is still riding that trend. Now I have this on the daily here, so and then the top I have a point and figure on the 1 hour. It is just showing how resilient it's been, not wanting to come down on this macro trend resistance line that we've been riding. This might be good news. So, I've done other Zcash videos where we're still playing out on that same trading range, that support and resistance, with the support, good solid support being around 21.6, and then the resistance, we see a commonality of several bounces off here, which would be basically the buying climax of this if we were to well, rather not the buying climax, but the automatic rally. So we'll call this area the automatic rally here, and that's where we drew our resistance line, and this, of course, the 21.6 would be the selling climax here, even though we've gone down since. But this is more like shakeout areas here. We see the predominance of volume underneath $21. That's where they're really starting to, the bulls come in, kick it back up. And then this area here above resistance, well, we saw $35, and then we've come down. So we've gotten like what, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 rejections. 1, 2, 3, and 4. The last 2 have been on this macro resistance trend line here. So we are right where we're supposed to be at $30, $31 thereabouts. But the thing I want to draw your attention to is we're at a confluence now. This is a key juncture because we have the trading range resistance coming into, like, basically intersecting the macro trend resistance. So we have 2 resistance lines right now coming to a point here. And I tell you what, it's not wanting to go down. It's fighting. Zcash is fighting. Look at this buy power here. And the buy power is coordinating with the impulse wave. So as the impulse waves goes up, demand is also going up. So we have correlation. We don't have divergence. That's a sign of strength, potential strength, especially at this key juncture. So if you want to go up to a more of a forensic look, I say forensic because point and figure is not really forensic. It's more, point and figure is basically there's no time essence in point and figure. It's pure price action. So the trend lines and the support and resistance are more clearly outlined, more solid with the point and figure. Now we don't have the opening and the closes. We just have solid price action, and we see up here. We see four areas here. These 4 X's are where the ocean meets the land, so to speak, and the land is saying you can go no further. Now, if let's say, if another X emerges on top of this one, and we'll know that in time, then that would be a major sign of strength, and then we could then consider this macro trend resistance as a trend support. And now this resistance line could turn into a support line. It could flip it, and then we could start a whole new trading range up here. Depending on how high it goes, we'll cap it out, and that'll be our new resistance line. That's if we get another X on this point and figure. But if we get a 0, if we get a red O, then it just means that we could be going back down, or there's weakness now at this juncture. In worst case scenario, we could fall back into this regression trend and see some more consolidation. So it just remains to be seen. But we see, Zcash hasn't gone down at all. Bitcoin's gone down. Ethereum's gone down. A lot of other coins have gone down indexed to Bitcoin, but Zcash hasn't. Zcash has held the line, has held the ground. So that's a good thing. That's, there's been a lot of action. There's been a lot of supply and demand going on since, I want to say, since December of 23. There's been some interest in the price action. It's gone down here. This would have been a great place to buy anything sub 20. And even still, if we get rejected, say like the point and figure, we get a 0 and it starts heading back down, then yeah, those of us who are Zcash investors, anything sub 20 at this point, I think is like a fantastic. I'll even say anything sub 25, which would be kind of like midpoint of this regression trend. Yeah, it would be, yeah, I'd say like 24, 6, 25. Anything sub there, I think it's just a banger. You're gonna do real well. So, but it remains to be seen. I'm gonna keep my eyes on Zcash. I got a lot riding on Zcash. So Zcash and Filecoin. Filecoin's another one. Filecoin has been doing really good too. Filecoin just had a I mean, it's come back up to reestablish itself on this totally solid support line here. Now, if we were to take the lows of Filecoin, I don't really want to focus too much on Filecoin, but yeah, this could be even seen as a solid midpoint, a 0.5 fib if we were to take this line here as a resistance. Let's just say, I'm just drawing it loosely. I'm not doing this. I'm just kind of eyeballing it. So this would be the midpoint, right? This would be the midpoint, and then here. So yeah, Filecoin also. I'm also heavy in Filecoin. I think Filecoin's gonna be a winner as well. We're gonna see in the up and coming years, along with Zcash. Even though Filecoin's not really a privacy coin, but it is pertinent, and it is I believe indispensable unless something comes and replaces it, a competitor. But as far as I'm concerned, Filecoin is something to really have and to hold, and to also DCA in much the same way that we do with Zcash and others, and of course the king Bitcoin. So anyway, going back and then let's see, what does the point and figure on Filecoin look like real quick. I'm going to end this video. So yeah. So it's got some more advancements to do if we're gonna consider it bullish at this point. It's gotta overcome this area here, I would say. So it's got a couple more clicks to go until we could say like, all right, I'll start doing regular updates on Filecoin. But for now, we're gonna stick with Zcash, and if I see XLM also is another one that I'm eyeballing. I know a lot of people are XRP fans. I'm more of an XLM guy, Stellar Lumens, but XRP is something that certainly doesn't need to be ignored as well now. So on the horizon, I've got videos coming out for XLM and Filecoin if all goes well there. But for now, we're going to focus primarily on Bitcoin and Zcash, and Zcash in particular, because Zcash seems to be my most popular videos. It's where I get a lot of views and likes and stuff like that. Apparently, there's a deficit of Zcash, of good, solid Zcash technical analysis, and I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to be one of those guys to just give you no BS Zcash, the good, the bad, and the ugly on it, because I'm personally invested in it. I don't shill. I don't upload videos on stuff I'm not interested in or that I don't have my own money in. So if you're also someone who is sympathetic towards Zcash, then we have solidarity here. Subscribe to this channel, and I'll give you no frills updates on this privacy coin that I believe is going to be a major player. It's going to melt faces in 2 to 3 years, perhaps. Not soon, but it is something that I think once the whole issue with the CBDCs have been mitigated or established or regulated, or whatever. And I think Zcash is going to be those that there's going to be a truce with the Federal Reserve. And Zcash is going to be more and more and more and more mainstream, especially as the supply dwindles more and more as the years go by, because it's there's limited supply, 21 million, just like Bitcoin. So anyway, I don't think it's going anywhere, and I think it is very prudent to follow the technical analysis on this coin if you are so inclined to invest in it, and you have an eye on the future, on future decentralized global finance. Zcash is for you. So, all right, guys, I'm going to let you go on this one. I'm going to keep watching the point and figure, and I'm going to be also watching the Japanese candlesticks on the daily. And if anything comes up, I will be sure to let you all know. I'm going to be out of town for the next 2 weeks, so you may not see many videos on me, but I'll be in contact with my group. So if you haven't signed up, go ahead, check our group out, and I could give you personalized. I could look at the coins that you're personally interested in, and it's also a great resource. We have traders in there who also know a thing or two about Wyckoff and volume price action and all that, and it's just a great thing to bounce ideas off each other. So if you're looking to take your trading up or you're investing up another notch, go ahead and look into it. I keep it extremely affordable. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. None of this is financial advice. Thank you for tuning in, and hopefully you got something out of this. Like, subscribe, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, guys, take care. God bless. Bye-bye.